Welcome to your full body Pilates workout today. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat. I really appreciate sharing this practice with you. So in this class today, I am personally going to be wearing my Amp Wellbeing weighted bangles on my ankles for the whole class. There is no pressure whatsoever to incorporate weighted bangles into this practice, just if you have them available and obviously if you would like to. If not, please enjoy a whole body mat-based Pilates class today. So in some really comfortable clothing with a little bit of space that you've got to practice in, and make sure you're being really kind and gentle and listening to your body today. Take it at your own pace, enjoy a little bit of you time, and we're ready to begin. So I invite you to join me kneeling, facing the space, the length of our mat, and just gently bring the fingertips down towards the ground. So just allow the shoulders to slide away from the ears. Start to elongate the spine and just softly engaging through the abdominals so that you're in control of your torso. We take a soft breath in as we brush the fingertips forwards, and as the arms reach up and over the shoulders, please be mindful your ribs aren't flaring. And then exhale through the mouth as you float the fingers back down and gently sweep them towards the back edge of your mat. Again, breathing in as we sweep the arms forwards. Find the lift as you decompress your spine, create a little bit of space. And exhale as you bring the arms down, gently sliding the hands behind you. Let's take that one more time together. Eye lines looking forwards. Neck is neutral in line with the rest of the back. We're just taking a moment to breathe and bring our minds into our bodies. Slide the fingertips behind you, and as you do so, start to bring the chin to the chest a little. Scoop the belly towards the spine so you're able to roll your bottom onto your feet and bring the hands flat down onto the ground behind you. Then try to press your knees onto the floor here. We're going to take a moment as we inhale and open the chest. So my eyeline's going to look up to the ceiling, trying not to completely overarch the back. Exhale, draw the belly to the spine and soften the upper body as you bring your chin to your chest. Twice more. I ground down into the hands. Eyeline looks up. Please don't just throw the head back. Find a softness through the face. Scoop the belly in, slide the ribs down, and bring the chin towards the chest. One more time. Anchor into the hands. Eyeline looks up. Wrap around the waist here, engaging those deep core muscles, and then scoop the belly in, chin to the chest. Come onto your fingertips, and then place the hands into your lower back, gently lifting the bottom away from the heels, and come to kneeling as you guide your hips forwards. Open up through the shoulders and start to engage your glutes. So squeeze your bottom as you look diagonally upwards here. Gorgeous opening for the front chain of the body. Slowly bring your chin to your chest. Start to round the shoulders as you float one hand down towards the ground, then the other. Carefully walk the hands forwards and find an all-four stance with your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Spinal cat and cow. Inhale as you tilt the pelvis so that the coccyx lifts up, as does the eye line. And then drive the hips through as the chin goes to the chest and you find an angry cat pose, a really big, beautiful, rounded spine. One more time. Tilt the pelvis. Hips are tilting, eye lines looking forwards. And then strong into your hands and your feet as you scoop the belly up and the chin goes to the chest for your cat pose. Unravel, find a lovely lengthened spine, eye lines looking down. Gently come up onto your fingertips on both hands and then walk your hands over to the left. So take both hands over to the left, staying elevated on your fingertips, and then return to your cat and cow spinal wave. So the same as what we were just doing, but now with a little added side stretch. Taking this one more time, moving with the breath. Mobilizing into the back. And we'll gently walk the fingertips across the center of the mat. Take them all the way over to the right, very delicately. And then finding that cat and cow spinal wave as you are in a side stretch, reaching over to the right. So checking in with the back. How does it feel today? Starting to softly engage the abdominals. Let's gently walk the hands all the way back to center, ground down into them, and slowly slide your right leg back. So right leg is now straight, hands strongly pressing into the mat under your shoulders. We're going to float the right leg up, and as we do, we're going to bend both elbows and lower the chest down. Press into the hands as you engage the tummy and bring the right foot back down to the mat. 3 more times. Right leg lifts, bend both elbows, bring your chest in the direction of the ground. Press into the hands, lock the elbows in as you bring the right leg down. Twice more. Keep the neck lovely and long. Slide the shoulders down your back and try not to collapse into the left hand side of the body. 1 more time. Right leg floats up. Take a breath out as you drive back up. Then softly come onto your left forearm, so that your right hip can open to face the side of the mat. Now float your right leg up. Right leg floats up. Really lengthen all the way to the toes and shift your weight a little bit further forwards into your left forearm. Right knee is going to come and tap the right elbow and then extend back onto that diagonal. Again, right knee squeezing in through the waist here as it comes to the elbow, and then extend back onto that diagonal. Press into the left hip here. 2 more. Think about drawing the belly to the spine, and then as you lengthen, keep the waist engaged so you don't collapse into the back. 1 more time. Right knee towards right elbow, and then extend back onto that diagonal. Bring the right leg down, press up onto your left hand. Ball of the right foot is on the floor, ball of the right foot, so that I can press into the hands, lift the left knee, and find a pike as both feet are on the mat. We guide the heels down, and we anchor into the hands as we press the chest through. Take a beautiful breath in through the nose and breathe out through the mouth here. Let's gently bend the knees. Specifically, the right knee is coming down to the floor. We relax the right toes and extend the left leg away. When you're ready, we're going to repeat on the other side. So the left leg floats up. Both elbows bend as the chest comes down. Pressing into the hands as you lower the left foot back down to the mat. Here we go. I'm going to exhale as I lower. Take a sip of breath and then exhale as I drive back up. Trying your best to lock your elbows in towards the body and trying to keep your hips as square as possible. 1 more time here. Slowly bringing the right forearm to the ground so your hands are together. As the left leg floats up, that left hip shall open. Really pull up through your thigh here. Left knee towards left elbow, nice and high, and then extend back, pressing into the right shin. Lift up and out of the hip space. Scooping the belly in, and then keeping that control. Wrap around the corset as you extend back. Twice more, keep pressing into the right forearm. Try not to let the chest collapse towards the ground. Stay nice and lifted. So much energy running through the body here as you hold yourself. Extending back. Place the left foot down, coming up onto your right hand. Ball of the foot is down so that we can lift the right knee and find that pike. Once again, ease the chest through, activate into the shoulders, open up through the entire back chain of the body here. Let's carefully come back down onto our knees, specifically the left knee. Relax the left foot. turning out to a half side plank. So my left hand stays down, my left foot pivots behind so that I can take the right hand behind the head and press the hips to the side of the mat as I open up through the torso. Let's float the right leg off the ground. Find that half side plank, a little balance here. Now make a rainbow. We're going to tap to the front corner of the mat, go up and over, tap to the back edge of the mat. Up and over with the right leg, tap to the front. Up and over with the right leg, tap to the back. Really small. Get that up and over. Be mindful of your right elbow peeling back. Check in with your posture. Your left hand pressing strongly into the ground. And keep your left rib cage really lifted, really stable here as the right side is taking the movement. Controlled, precise movements. One more rainbow. Bring a little bit of color into the practice today. After the last one, bend the right knee, bring it in. Slowly lower onto your left hip, so my left bottom cheek's coming to the ground. Right hand's gonna find the feet, and the left hand goes behind the head, so we can come into a gorgeous side bend here. Peel that left elbow up and breathe into the left side of the body. Let's come through center to take that on the other side. So I'm gonna reach the right arm out, slowly come onto the knees, extend the left leg, and then gently peel the chest open as the left elbow points up towards the ceiling. Float your left leg up, get your balance. Here we go, rainbow to the front corner, front edge, up and over to the back edge. So it's really small, keeping that control, making sure we're not just throwing our leg with momentum. We are owning it by switching on every little micro muscle in our bodies. Drawing the belly to the spine, pressing the hands into the ground, peeling the left elbow back, pulling up through the left thigh, and working a little bit on our hip mobility here at the same time. No rush. Slow it right down. Peel it all the way back. Last one. We bring that knee in, carefully lower down onto our right hip. Left hand finds the feet, right hand goes behind the head, so we can exhale into this gorgeous side bend. Breathing into that right side of the body in particular. Let's slowly come onto our bottoms. I'm just going to come onto my bottom facing the feet. And we're going to slowly take our hands behind us. So let's step our hands all the way back. If you can, keep your fingers pointing towards your toes. Open up through the shoulders here. Chest is open, ribs are not flaring. And then carefully just lift up onto the balls of your feet, I'm going to float the left leg up to a tabletop variation. Now, as we extend the left leg, I'm going to bend into both elbows, scoop the belly in. As I bring the knee to chest, I'm going to press into the hands and bring the torso towards the left thigh. Here we go, extend and bend. Elbows are coming towards each other, shoulders peel back. Press into the hands, think chest towards thigh. Twice more. Extending, spreading the fingers wide, scooping everything in, squidging into center. One more, soften through the jawline. Relax through the face, and then place the left foot down just to the tippy toes. Lift the right knee as you open the chest further. Here we go, extend the right leg, bend into both elbows. Press into the hands as that knee comes towards the chest. Try not to let the elbows point out to the side. Keep squeezing them back towards each other. Really slow. Take your time, there's no rush. We are winding things down. One more time, last one here. Lovely big extension all the way to your tippy toes, and then bring it all the way back. Place the right foot down and the heels. Let's carefully come over onto our right hand side. I'm going to keep the knees bent. Make your way down onto your right elbow, the top of your right arm's on the floor. Left hand comes behind the head too. Knees to the front edge of the mat, and my feet are on the front edge of the mat also. Be mindful of your right rib cage. Please don't collapse into it for any of this side series. Exhale, we're going to lift up the top leg, and then inhale, let's lower it down. Really gently, here we go. Top leg lifts, and then top leg lowers. Let's get this alignment right. Pull your right elbow back so your chest is open. Be mindful that the right rib cage isn't collapsing into the ground. Wrap around your waist. Imagine you're wearing a belt, a corset. Wrap it in, tighten it up a notch. Please don't roll back onto your bottom. Keep your hips stacked, one on top of the other. Slow and steady. You're in control, it's your body. Let's lift and pause. Extend that top leg away. Don't go too far back that your back will arch, just extend towards the end of the mat. Now let's draw a little circle. Imagine you've got a crayon in between your toes and you're drawing a circle on that wall over there. I'm not going to go any further than the back edge of my mat, and I really want you to make sure you're underneath your front knee is not lifting off the floor. So I'm just drawing a circle, ensuring my right rib cage isn't collapsing at any point. Top elbow staying wide, pulling up through that thigh, ensuring the big lovely muscles of the leg are all staying switched on in this class today. Feel it in the waist also. Let's do one more time, last one here. And then slowly bend that knee in, bring the knee down. Use your hands to support you as we make our way up through center and transition to the other side. Just come up and over, knees to the front edge of the mat, feet also. Check in with your alignment, with your rib cage, and when you are ready, your pace, we start to lift and lower the front knee. So try to think about this alignment of the front leg. Don't lift the foot higher than the knee or vice versa. Don't lift the knee higher than the foot. Let's do our best to keep the thighs in line with each other and to even keep the ankle on top of the ankle and the knee on top of the knee, even as we're lifting that leg up and down. Lots of energy moving through the torso here. So it looks like a very simple exercise, but actually once you're doing it properly, controlled, precise, working with your breath, it's super effective. As you lift that leg and pause, extend towards the end of the mat. Keep the hips aligned. Don't overarch the back. Here we go. Grab that crayon and start to draw your circle. Slow, steady. Be mindful of the front knee. Be mindful of your underneath rib cage. And it doesn't have to be big. It's not bigger is better in this sort of practice. It's the more control you have that's better. So slow it down and notice that as you slow it down, it gets a lot harder, a lot more effective. Breathe into your hip space. Last one here, last one. Carefully bend the knee, don't collapse, carefully. Beautiful, and let's slowly use our hands to roll onto our backs now. So take your time. Let's make our way over onto our backs, finding your way down. Head and shoulders completely rested, so please make sure the head's on the floor. Just have a moment, and our knees are bent. So have a little breath here, making sure your back is happy, is comfortable, and you have some space in front and behind you. When you are ready to join me, I'm going to carefully bring the right leg in. I'm going to take hold of the shin as I draw the thigh towards the belly. Taking a lovely breath here as I just find that gorgeous alignment through the spine. Then in your own time, ab curl as I'm going to engage the core, peel the chest off the mat, and I'm going to imprint my lower back into the ground as I draw the right thigh towards me. Now to prepare, I lift the left heel to make sure my back, my belly, everything is ready. Then I extend the left leg away to a point of hover. The higher you go with that left leg, the easier it will be, so feel free to have a play. Single leg stretch, I'm going to alternate. I hug the left knee, extend the right. Hug the right knee, extend the left. Pressing my lower back down into the ground as I draw my belly button to my spine. Keeping my upper back lifted. And making sure my eye gaze is just looking out of the window in my studio here. So I'm not looking down at my feet or up at the ceiling. I'm just looking out at the clouds and the blue sky actually. Let's take this twice more. Pulling the thigh in, extending the other foot away. And last one here. Prepare with the legs both coming in towards you. And then your head and shoulders is going to go down onto the floor as the legs are going to find their way to tabletop. Now just ensure you've got correct tabletop. This is where your knees are over your hips, not over your belly, and your feet are in line with the knees, not down towards your bum. Make sure your back is comfortable, so it's not imprinted now, it's not overarched. We have a natural curve of the spine. Fingertips gently behind the head. Elbows wide. Think about your ribs. Be really mindful of the ribs, especially in the back. Keep them on the floor. Okay, a little tricky sequence here. We're going to take an ab with a twist. So I'd like you to lift up into ab curl and then bring your right knee in as your left elbow goes across. Now as you go down, I'd like you to tap your right foot towards the ground. Single toe tap. Same again, I'm gonna ab curl, left elbow across as the right knee comes in, and then as the head goes down, the right toes are gonna tap the floor. Let's keep this going. Left leg, if you can, stays in tabletop. If that is too much, please feel free to place your left foot on the floor. Very important, your ribs in the back of the body are staying on the ground, especially for this toe tap. Keep the ribs down. Zipping up through the pelvic floor here and working into the waist at the same time. Let's do this once more. Last one. Now place your right foot onto the floor, right foot flat. Leave your left leg in tabletop and reach both arms overhead. Backs of the hands on the floor. Be mindful of your ribs. Let's keep the arms here. We're going to go single bridge. Imprint your back with me. Lift your bottom as you press into the right foot and drive all the way up to a single bridge as you extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. Shoulders are down, arms are reaching overhead. 3 straight leg lowers. Flex your left foot. Lower the left leg down until it's in line with the right thigh and then point the toes and sweep it back up to the ceiling. Twice more, flex the foot, lower the left heel down, keep your hips as level as possible, point the toe and sweep back up to the ceiling. One more time, flex that foot, drive the heel down, thighs in line, point the toe, sweep back up to the ceiling and then roll down through your spine slowly, gently, top of the back, middle of the back, lower back. Bend your left knee to tabletop. Hands gently behind the head, elbows wide. Prepare, bring your right leg into tabletop. Also, readjust, make sure your ribs are down. Here we go, I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna lift into ab curl. Right elbow comes across, left knee comes in. Then as the head goes down, I'm gonna gently tap my left foot down towards the ground. So ab curl, right elbow across, left knee pulling in. Then as my head and shoulders go down, I'm going to toe tap the left leg without moving my upper back, as in my ribs are staying on the floor. So you'll have a natural curve in your lower back when you tap the left toes down. As you're coming up with the left knee though, you can think, push my back into the ground. That might help you bring your mind into that part of the body. Please remember those modifications with the right leg. You can tap the right foot down towards the mat if tabletop is getting a little bit spicy. Let's do this one more time. Last one. Left foot's going to go down. Both arms reach over, remember. Backs of the hands to the floor. Keep your ribs down. Here we go. Imprint the back first. Lift the bottom second. And then drive through the left foot. Single bridge as the right leg extends up to the ceiling. Flex the right foot. We lower the right leg. Point the toe and sweep back up. Drive into your left foot. Flex, lower the right leg down. Please try and keep your hands and your shoulders on the floor. Point and lift. One more time. Flex the right, drive it down, thighs together. Point the toe and sweep back up. Let's roll down one vertebrae at a time, coming all the way down through the spine. Bend the right knee. Let's straighten both legs. Keep the arms overhead. Full body stretch here. Reach from fingers to toes. Flex your feet. One Pilates roll up. I take a breath. Lead with the arms. Lift the head. Squeeze the belly in. Roll my way all the way up and over. And then bring the hands down. Well done. Let's bend our knees. Carefully make your way over onto your hands and knees once again. So I'm coming onto my hands and knees, this time with the toes tucked under. Let's take a little bear twist. Wrap around that waist. Here we go. Gonna breathe out as I lift my knees off the floor. Then I rotate as I lift my left arm up to the ceiling, and I've just twisted on both feet to get this opening. Bring the left hand back down as you swivel back on the feet and lower the knees. Here we go. Lift the knees just to a slight hover. Press into the hands. Reach the right arm up as you swivel onto the feet. I'm pushing into my left hand here. Bring the right hand back down and lower both knees. Let's go one more each side. Lift the knees up. Pause. Reach up with the left arm as you twist on the feet, really strong through the right. Bring the left hand down as I find my little hover, and then pause and lower. Last one, lift the knees, keep the shoulders over the wrists, reach the right arm up, lovely big twist for the waist. Bring the right hand down and lower onto the knees. Relax your feet. Let's all come together in a child's pose. Bottom towards your heels. Reach those arms forwards. A beautiful stretch here through both sides of the body, left and right. Take a wonderful breath as you breathe in through the nose and you breathe out through the mouth. Slowly breathing in and carefully breathing out. Let's gently lift our bottoms away from our heels. Just walk the hands in so we're able to tuck our toes under. In your own time, float the knees up to find a pipe, which is where we were earlier. We're allowing our knees to slightly bend maybe. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Just elongate the spine. Keep the ears in line with the arms and relax through the face. And then gently walk your hands. Take one step at a time. One step at a time. Walk the hands in. Come into a forward fold and take hold of your forearms. Just be here with me. Dangle, let go. Bend the knees a little bit more. Let the head, the shoulders go. Take a breath out through the mouth. Try and shift your weight into your toes. Just a little bit further. Open up the back chain of the body here. Slowing down the breath. Breathing in. And breathing out. And whenever you're ready, release the arms. Please keep the chin on the chest. Pilates roll up. We're going to press our feet into the ground. Start to lift up as you pull the bottom towards your heels. Draw the belly to the spine. Restack one vertebrae at a time as you reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Don't lift the ribs or the shoulders. Just find this gorgeous standing full body stretch and take a final breath in here with me. Exhale. exhale as you float the arms down. I really hope you enjoyed that full body practice set today. If you did, please know that tomorrow we launch our brand new program, which is called Comfort and Care. It's our 10-day countdown for our final program of 2023. What it means is that every day from the 1st to the 10th of December, as a member of my online membership platform, you will receive a special email, land in your inbox every morning with a brand new link to a new cozy practice that will help you turn inwards at this time of year and also help you show yourself a little bit of self-love and self-care in this really busy period that we are building into. If you're not yet a member, please come and join us, Pilates and Yoga with Jade.com, and I cannot wait to share our Comfort and Care program with you launching on December the 1st.